Hi, I'm Sydney Johnson reporting to you for the Lobby-O. Today, Owen Kelly is interviewing Mrs. Lucci to see how cooking classes are being run this year.
Hi, I'm Owen Kelly, reporting from the Lobby Observer. Today I'm here with Family and Consumer Science teacher, Ms. Lucci. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for coming.
Okay, so first off, this year has been very interesting for you, I'm sure, because you have to follow a lot of new COVID regulations. Can you mind telling us a few of those?
Well, the interesting thing is that with Family and Consumer Science foods classes, a lot of the things that are COVID are actually the things that we instruct and teach and have to do all the time in a foods class. So when we talk about food safety, hand washing is the number one thing that we want to do so that we can prevent cross-contamination. But we've had to change the look of the room, and you can see that we no longer have the community tables that we used to have, and we've switched to desks so that everybody's socially distanced. When we work in the kitchens, our class sizes are reduced, so we only have 2 people in a kitchen at a time. And we have a grid system that's on the floor so that the students can work their way around the space and still be socially distanced but still work as a team.
Sounds like you've adapted very well. Another thing I was wondering is, what are some classes that you've been teaching this year and how have they been going so far?
Well, I teach a lot of the food foundations courses, so I have 3 of those this semester. And I also have an art of baking class and an art of cooking class. Next semester, we're going to include some international foods once again, and also our upper level cooking a la carte independent study course will also be going. They've been going well. It's a little bit different because the students are not in the building as frequently as usual. So it takes a little while to make some of the basics of the lab process stick. But now that the students have finally got the hang of it, we've been going into the kitchens and having a lot of fun. Some of the things that we've been making in my baking class, yesterday we just made beautiful buttermilk biscuits, and the students did a fantastic job. In the cooking class, we've been working on learning about how heat affects food, and most recently they were poaching eggs and had some perfect poached eggs. We've also made some fruit sauces. We're heading towards pasta dishes and things like that. So a lot to look forward to, and the kids are doing a great job.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Lucci. I'm Owen Kelly, reporting for the Lobby Observer.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci and Owen, for that story. There's been a lot of uncertainty surrounding what is happening for winter sports. In light of all this, boys basketball is holding tryouts for JV and varsity. Tyler Ram is here to find out more information from Coach Willer.
Hi, I'm Tyler Ram, reporting for the Lobby Observer, and today I'm here with boys basketball varsity head coach Brian Willer. So today I'm just going to be asking a few questions to see how this upcoming season is going to be run. First question is, who are the teams that you'll be playing? Is there a certain bubble or?
So this year, our pod is different than what our normal schedule looks like. So the teams are Westboro, Marlboro, Hudson, Neshoba, Maynard, Clinton, Assabet, and AMSA. Those are the teams in our pod. I don't think we're playing every one of them, but we're going to play 6 or 7 of them.
Second question, how are the practices going to be run considering the 2 different cohorts?
So that's a great question. We're going to be able to have the entire team practicing every day, kind of like the fall sports. The kids that aren't in school that day can literally only show up for practice. So we'll have the entire team here when we do practice, but practices will look different in general because of the new rules. We're not going to be able to do a lot of the same drills that we've done in the past. We play a lot of defense where really, man-to-man, in-your-face stuff. That's going to be changing this year because the rules dictate that. It sounds like it's going to be more of an offensive player game this year. So we're going to do a lot of shooting, a lot of skill work this year in practice, more so than we've ever done.
Yeah, definitely going to be a challenge. Last question, overall, what are your expectations for this year?
Well, coming into the year, before all this started, my expectations are super high because we've got a lot of great players returning. But now that I know that we're in a different situation, our goals are still to win the pod. That's something we're going to have in the back of our mind. But this year we're really focused more on safety and more on following the protocols that we have, because there's a lot of red tape you have to follow through just to get onto the courts. And obviously we're going to have fun. This year is probably going to be the most fun we've had in a while, because that's going to be the emphasis, is getting everyone that's on the team on the court. So if I take 12 players are probably going to play most games because there's no districts, there's no Clark tournament, there's no leagues. I want the kids that are on the team to have a lot of fun, but they also know the expectations are us that we work really, really hard. But for the seniors that have been in the program, I think we owe it to them to try to put our best foot forward and put the best product on the court as we can. So again, safety, fun, and following the protocols.
Thank you, Mr. Buller.
All right, awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Coach Willer and Tyler, for that story. This is Sydney Johnson reporting for the Lobby O.